Okay.
Chicka.
Yeah.
Kill Bill and Rev. We don't suck. Hey, everybody.
We've got a very special guest joining us. The man, the myth, the legend.
Oh, shit.
Hip-hop artist, Airøspace.
We play games with a sick rhyme, like it's crime. Clock setting a clockwise, countering the lives. We speak love like who knows the where, what's, why. And I find the fine signs, it's high times. Sky flyer spinning in spikes, phalange sitting flex. Like Jake doesn't know that Drake is the rip checks. And sin sits and sin assists is well spent. Legs broke my days, so I choke on the what's next. And I ain't got shit. I ain't had shit in years, but I've been shoveling shit. Like my shit is set in fears. And I bottled a pump shoddy with cocaine, like the nemesis with a sidekick pumps through bats veins with man genetics to grow emotionally apathetic. Been running so long, the calisthenics are capacetic. I cap heads like stack fitteds as anesthetics. Old souls of black folks to antiseptics like that. You don't know how to act like nothing happened. Act like nothing happened. Act like nothing happened. Evangelistic.
Thank you for coming on to the show.
I'm ugly.
It's true.
Ugly as shit, but he beautiful.
No, you're beautiful, man.
We got him on here to boost our self-esteem. Because we ugly too.
Oh, is it like that kind of thing where like if you're like mildly attractive and you stand next to like two super ugly people, you look more attractive?
Yeah, that's why I'm friends with Bill.
Ooh.
Yeah. He's basically like Rav is like the blonde girl in high school that has the ugly friend to like bolster her attractiveness. That's what Rav's doing right now. He's like a Mean Girls character.
Does he like keep you on a keychain?
I mean, he could. I mean, yes.
Like I make him carry my backpack, and when he goes, why should I? I'm like, you're my friend, right? That's what friends do.
Yeah, I carry his purse. Is it weird that I enjoy, like when I'm out with my girl and we get like, and she needs something and she's like, carry my purse, and then I put it on and I like flamboyantly like walk around with it. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy it a little too much. You feel me?
So maybe you're just comfortable with yourself. Maybe that's just your natural form.
That is my natural form. I think I've been lying to myself for years. I think it's not like I just want to dress normally but have a purse. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna get a satchel. That's what I'm gonna do with my life. I'm gonna get a man purse.
You should do that.
That'll be nice.
And it's funny that you say that because like every time like I grab my girl's knife and I walk around the house, I do this like ha about to stab somebody. So I totally feel you on that.
What the fuck? No, go back. That's just something naturally you just do. You just grab a knife and you just swing.
It's nice having you on. How would you prefer that we refer to you throughout the duration of this podcast?
Dipsy.
All right.
Dipsy.
Hey, gang.
I got a question for you.
What up?
Bath or shower?
Ooh, shower into bath.
Ooh, explain the move.
Ooh, all right, guys. So, like, first and foremost, I'm baked as fuck. Second and second most, that's the perfect thing to do when you're in the shower and then when you're in the bath. Number three, you know you could hop in the shower, you know what I'm saying? You dirty, you coming from your day. Let's say hypothetically, you know what I'm saying, you working this hard ass job, construction labor, you dusty as shit, you know what I'm saying? You just walk into the shower, you take the clothes off, you know what I'm saying? And you get all of the dust off, it goes in the drain, and then you could just lay in that motherfucker. You just have the blunt on the side, you could just lay in that joint, just chill. Perfect combination.
Listen, let me tell you something real quick. Can I give my answer even though it is a different answer than what you just said?
I was about to ask you too, yeah.
Okay, so real shit, what you just said seems like a very strategic, good move, okay? But see, my girl put me on to bath bombs, okay? And those are the shit, okay? Like, you just walk in there, it feels like you're stepping into anime water, 90s anime water, okay? And
That's
one of my
dope.
highest, like, okay, you want to feel like you're doing shit with your life? Get you a like anime water bath bomb, put that in there, and we went to like this tobacco shop and I got a big ass like a cigar. It wasn't even expensive. It was just a big ass cigar. I smoked me a fucking cigar while fucking taking a bath, dog. That shit was lit.
That's some deep ass Cowboy Bebop shit.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I had like a little rocks glass. It didn't have whiskey in it though. It was just like Coke. And I was just like, yeah, this is it. This is the life. So I'm a bath guy.
Let me get a whiskey and Coke, no whiskey.
Right, exactly. Yeah, but I always take showers, but I prefer baths.
Rav?
Well, personally, I had a bath bomb phase at one point, but I was some of the bath bombs I was using were like way too colorful, where they would almost stain the bathtub. Not that they would stain it, but I would have to then like take time to clean.
Yeah.
Extra, like, you know? So I'm more of a bath salts kind of guy these days. I just fill the bath with bath salts, and just like Bill, I get a blunt, and I just, empty the guts out and fill the blunt with bath salts.
Just off away. You don't even get in the bath. You just do bath salts.
I usually tell my girl to lock the door, like in the bedroom, and just not leave before I hit the blunt.
Right.
I'm like, stay in the room.
Stay in your lane.
And yeah, it's pretty tight, man. It's really chill.
I'm a bath salts kind of guy. Is that how you introduce yourself? Hey, I'm Rav. I'm a bath salts kind of guy.
Yeah, it's my pickup line.
She walks out that bitch and it's just like as soon as she shuts the door, she just hears like loud banging and yelling.
Bill, can you demonstrate what that would sound like?
Oh yeah. Oh man, you put me on the spot on this one. I have to kick in my voice actor skills. It's just like that's what it sounds like to me.
That's a pterodactyl.
That's what I turned into. I'm a pterodactyl off the bath salts.
That's the move though. That's the move.
I'm a brontosaurus off the dust. So me and Rav did this thing where we decided to hastily look up questions that are would you rather questions off of the internet.
I didn't do this, so I have to concede that I did something different, but
okay, well I did would you rather questions, so I'm gonna ask you guys some would you rather questions that are oddly specific that I found off the internet, and I just wanted to get y'all's input on it, and we can have it because these are like 2-part answers. Some of these, okay.
I'm fucking terrified.
So we'll start with an easy one. Would you rather have sheets made of American cheese or floors made of raw hamburger?
Sheets of American cheese, hands down.
You think so? You don't want to just like roll around? If you have a dog, you don't have to feed it no more, you feel me?
Yeah, bro, but then your floor's gone.
Yeah, you're right, but it's squishy.
But then it rots really quickly and it smells really bad really fast when it's not in the refrigerator. At least cheese, it like will take some time. If you keep your room cold enough, then you can like preserve it.
You have to sleep in a refrigerator.
I agree with Dipsy about the cheese. The thing is, like, you gotta keep your room cold, and I can't imagine being really warm below the cheese sheets,
Right.
So I don't know.
Well, I'm thinking also, okay. I'm a big man. You feel me? And if there's raw hamburger on the floor, I'm not just gonna eat it, but if I'm sleeping in cheese, I'm gonna take a nibble. You know what I mean? And like that's a lot of temptation. I'm trying to cut the dairy out of my diet a little bit. It's kind of difficult when you just literally lay in cheese on top of you. I can also you can have a cookout like at any fucking time with the burger. You just scoop it up with a shovel. It probably regenerates. I don't know how these things work.
Are we talking about the hamburger or
the hamburger? The hamburger, you could just have a barbecue at any time. You can fucking scoop that shit up, invite your friends over, cook it. The floor might be angry at you for eating it, but it's, you could have that, you can't have that with cheese.
I'm curious to see if there was a world like that. If I had that, would other people think it's weird, or would it be like commonplace? Would people be like, are these hardwood floors? And they're like, nah, hamburgers.
I'm like, oh, that dude that we were talking about in the last episode, the guy who hates doors that
ordinary doors.
Yeah, ordinary doors. Rectangular doors. He like loves these floors. Like he's super into it.
Rav, if you were a meat floor salesman, how would you pitch it?
It would be interesting because I'm vegetarian, so I'd be like,
you gotta get this bread though.
I'd be like, hey, we're part of this vegetarian company, so we got our hands on a lot of like meat supplies, and we're repurposing them into something that's gonna last longer than just a dinner. So get you some lively ass floors. Know what I mean?
And don't forget to purchase that lively ass floor insurance.
And don't forget the lively ass floor insurance to go with it. Also, would you be interested in our cheese sheets?
They're vegan cheese.
Does it have to be American cheese?
The question says American cheese. The question says specifically American, so it can't be vegan.
Yo, okay, fuck that question. Yo, what if it's mozzarella cheese sheets? Like, just a big old, like, fucking blob of mozzarella.
Fresh mozzarella.
Room temperature mozzarella. Just roll it around and it's like hugging Majin Buu when you go to sleep.
Tight.
Tight.
I sold it. That's how I would sell it.
Well, Bill, what about you?
Oh, me? Oh, I don't know, man. It's a terrible fucking question.
636, ain't no anemone. Been smoking since 10, now I'm feeling like a centipede. Heavily intoxicated, cross faded. I swear to God I see Jesus, cause Lucifer couldn't make it. Atmosphere is enabled, a different means to finagle. Too high to drive and too hungry for bagels. Let it marinate in your skull, marmalade on the tongue. Falling out to the boy can get peach girl from the slums. Getting into these drugs, purpose another addiction. Hit the blunt till I'm slumped into fuck mathematicians. Divide half the prescription, I'm gunning to overdose. She's a coke is in her nose, book has now been moving slow. And I'm looking for a way out, another means to know if the means to hold was just a fiction that we own and we're frozen. Trapped in the acceleration, gunning for a change. The target on my back is just madness ascertained. Yeah, the target on my back is just madness ascertained. The target on my back is just madness ascertained. So when we ride, it's for you. The target on my back is just I do this for the crew. Don't let it slide, what it do.
Dipsy, if you were invisible for a day, what would you do?
Fuck. That's a good fucking question.
Like, imagine you wake up and you're like, I can go invisible, and I know I can only do it today. Fuck. All right. What do I do to make the best use of it?
I probably try to take a one-day job to like infiltrate some serious shit and get some money and get the fuck out.
Hey.
That's a pretty solid answer. I mean, you could use that for the betterment of the world. You could take that. You could rob the giantest bank, and then change the world for the better, or just, buy that Lambo. Because everybody wants the Lambo. Because I want the Lambo. You know what I would do?
What would you do, Bill?
I would just I wouldn't do anything of great importance, like to where it would change my life. I would just walk into somebody's house that I don't like and just follow them around and just fart. And they just keep thinking well, I keep smelling farts, but I don't know where it's coming from. And then follow them around all day and just keep farting, and then everyone will be like, wow, that dude's farting, he smells real bad. And then
that's really good.
And then everyone will be like, wow, he stinks for that one day, and then I just go back home and go to sleep.
I would just I think I'd go into work and just wait until some of my bosses have meetings or conference calls, and whenever they're about to talk, just punch them in the throat. Where they get that high-pitched squeak when they get, that kind of thing.
People are looking at him like he has something wrong with him.
Yo, real talk, I feel like if people were given this power for real, for a day, most of them would end up just doing mundane shit I'm gonna stay at home today. Is your clothes invisible with you, do you think? Okay, well...
See, I was about to go exactly down that route. Okay, so...
Right.
Okay, so if...
Are we doing Boku no Hero style?
Ooh, that's pretty dope. But then at the same time, your clothes are still that way, so you would have to be walking around naked. And which would lead to my question, which is if you wake up that way, how long is the duration of time with which you would be invisible?
It's 24 hours since the moment you start using it. But here's the catch. Every time you sneeze, you become visible for that moment that you sneeze. But you have to be naked to be fully invisible. So you'd be
that's the trade-off.
Exactly. You'd be walking through the hood spot, and just nobody sees you because you're naked and invisible, and then you sneeze, and for half a second they're like, what was that, Bill?
Was that Naked Bill? People think they're going crazy and shit.
Damn, but it can't be like Boku no Hero either, because like then you got smart motherfuckers running around here starting to notice you sneezing and being invisible. They're gonna start throwing dust at you and shit.
Oh shit, the dust, yeah. Or they could do like the Master Roshi style and then fucking nosebleed all over you. I got one. I got a question. This one's a little bit more hard. This is a little bit more, okay. All right, so this situation, would you take $10 million, right? But for the rest of your life, there's a snail that's trying to get you. You can't ever be touched by the snail, otherwise you'll violently die. It's going for you at all times, but at the speed of a snail. So like, you could go to a different country and try to forget about it, but eventually it'll catch up to you, right? Think about it like, if you started at work, you could go home and you'd be safe for the night, right? But then when you come back to work, you got to be careful, right? Would you take the 10 mil and then go for the rest of your life with this snail forever after you, or would you just leave it alone?
Can the snail die by someone else's hand?
No, the snail is immortal.
Oh, fuck that. I'm cool.
I take it because, like, look, I do the math, bro. I'd crunch the numbers. I'd go to the opposite side of Earth and be like, all right, let's take a snail's sort of speed into account. Let's see how far I am. How long would it take it to get here? And then, like, as far as I know, that time it would take it to get to me would far exceed a human lifespan anyway. So give me the 10 million, I'm on board.
You say that, but like, what if it's really like it's a smart snail and like it moves according, like, okay, like let's say like you move like a year, like for a year you go to like Spain or somewhere, okay? And then, cause you can just move wherever cause you have 10 million. Right? So you can just do whatever you want to do, basically. You go to Spain for a year, and then, like, you go back to America, but what if it, like, never left and it waited for you? You know what I'm saying?
Well, why would I go back to America? That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, let's say this snail starts following me in fucking Florida. I'm gonna be like, all right, bet, bouncing to Taiwan, never coming back. That's it. And then, like, okay, if I want to be extra spicy about it, I can wait 50 years in that, like, a part of the world and then go back or some shit. Or go somewhere else, you know?
This is also assuming nothing happens to you and you don't potentially, like, hit your head, or you don't go out drinking and forget a night, or some crazy shit like that happens and you lose track of the time that's actually happening, because that does happen sometimes.
That's true. And also, I feel like Rav is underestimating the intelligence of this snail, because the snail we don't know anything about the snail, right? We don't know anything about the snail except for it moves at a snail's speed. It could, in theory, because it knows where you are instinctively, right? Okay, so like in theory, it could hijack a plane, not hijack it, but hitch a ride on a plane. It's whatever it is, it will get to you. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta constantly be on the move, and then you're probably waking up at night having fucking nightmares about snails and shit.
Every snail you see, you think it's the snail that's trying to get you.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like it doesn't look no different than any other snail. It's just chilling. You have to go to a place with no snails. You have to be in like Antarctica or somewhere.
Okay. Well, the snail can't penetrate walls, can it?
It's an immortal snail, so it can't die. It can pretty much do anything, I'd assume. It just moves at a snail's speed.
If you trap the snail, I feel like it would figure out a way to get out. You know, they're smarter than dogs.
I'm just assuming if the snail is immortal, then the snail over its immortal time period has gathered a lot of information from how many people it's probably haunted the same way.
I'm just saying, no one's gonna fact check me that I just said snails are smarter than dogs.
I'm gonna tell you this. This is what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I'm gonna find this girl and take her hostage and be like, bro, I'm gonna sprinkle her with salt because she's not immortal. Are you willing to pay the price? Or can we have a gentleman's deal here? I let her go, you let this go, and we just go on about our business. You know what? I'm gonna split the 10 million with you.
It's like one snail that's richer than like 90% of America. It's just like in Vegas, just living out the rest of its immortal days in Vegas. It develops a cocaine habit.
But if it's like an emotionally like disabled snail, so it's like, all right, my guy, I've been immortal. Like, what's up?
We're also like assuming that the gentleman's deal would be followed through because like it has an innate need to want to kill you. So like you let its girl go who's to say in 20 years it doesn't just show up like, haha, I thought you forgot about me, bitch.
Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my cloud to be like, yo, if I get killed, it's this motherfucking snail I gave $5 million to just now.
What?
I gave him $5 million. I'll let his girlfriend go. He promised not to kill me. It's this immortal snail. You know, I'm gonna tell all my Twitter followers that if I die, that means he broke his promise. And everybody's definitely gonna think I'm sane.
Right.
And
they cancel the snail.
the snail kills me, but then like it trends that same day.
Right.
And then like people look on Twitter, they go to, oh man, no, the immortal snail is trending. Don't tell me, you know, Bill Cosby type shit again. And then they're like, oh no, he killed Rap. Oh, at least he didn't molest no one.
I mean, yeah, you know, so that's good, I guess, you know, but
You know, you win some, you lose some.
yeah.
Okay, that was a good question. What were your answers?
Honestly, man, I'd take the 10 million because that shit sounds fun.
Okay.
That sounds like a roller coaster. Like that's like you're now dedicating your life to a game of cat and mouse with a snail that honestly I wouldn't even go to. I would just move from city to city probably and then just live it up for the remainder of my days. And if I would just try to live my life to the fullest, one day that snail reaper is gonna come. He has a scythe, by the way, in my head. Just a little snail with a floating scythe right next to him, and he's ready to use his little.
Cute.
Yeah, the Reaper's real adorable this year.
So while you guys are doing that, I'll be trying to figure out how to undo this curse so you guys don't get eaten or killed by the snail.
I like to imagine a world in which I just gave a snail $5 million, and like meanwhile, Airøspace isn't somewhere in America like drawing a pentagram on the floor and then sitting in the middle of it and just.
He's not in America. He's like in some foreign land, like a country that doesn't have a name, and he's like.
It's some sort of like shrine atop a mountain.
He's talking to like a tribe of like people that like we thought were like extinct years and years ago. Okay, and they're like walking him through it. He's learned a new language.
He walks into their like shrine and they look at him and he like gives them just like a look. And they like understand immediately, like, I see, your friend is being pursued by an immortal slug. And then they meditate under waterfalls for like 6 months.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to help me out.
He has to do trials.
Yeah, and then one morning he sees like the snail trending. You're like, God damn it.
No, all these years he's dedicated. Airøspace has dedicated his entire lifespan to stopping this, and he sees it trending. As soon as he hits back in America, he's so glad to be back home. He's like enlightened. He wears robes now for some reason.
Yeah.
Like, hello, how are you doing? I have returned.
Exactly. He looking like it's been an anime time skip. He's like got a scar on his face.
Come with a whole new getup.
Exactly.
If there was an extra hour every day, what would you do with it?
Make more music.
That's a good
Bill,
one.
you can't steal his answer, so you have to do something different.
Furiously masturbate. It is the fapping hour.
I would personally spend that extra hour to like, you know, ponder how I can stay alive because of the snail situation.
Not me. I just live on the edge.
I would hide underneath my cheese sheets, pondering like how can I evade imminent death. By the way, as we ask each other these questions, the previous questions and answers have to compound.
Oh snap! That changes the whole game.
Wait.
Yeah.
So basically, I can't change my answer. So basically, I have hamburger floors. I assume wherever I lay my head at, okay? I'm on the run from a snail. I have $10 million and 1 hour a day, my extra hour a day, I furiously masturbate.
You're naked.
Oh, that's right, and I'm invisible. For a day, just for one of those days. Does the extra hour count?
Yes.
Sweet.
25 hours of invisibility, just like that.
That's sick, dude. 13 o'clock is gonna be lit.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be walking around behind someone I don't like, farting and masturbating.
Oh my god, mine is completely being broke. I'm sleeping with a cheese sheet, invisible, with no money making music. The cheese sheet is fucking me up. I can't even get an actual fucking blanket, my guy. I got a fucking cheese sheet. This is bullshit.
It actually affects your sleep cycle. You can't
Being
sleep as
invisible
well.
does shit.
But you're also somewhere in a foreign country meditating under your cheese sheet. So,
Meditating and making music.
with a scar across your eye.
Am I being fed? Like, what the fuck is happening?
You can eat the cheese sheets.
No, you don't even eat the cheese because you're like fasting. But at the same time, the cheese like enters you through your skin,
What?
like gradually. Yeah, like you gradually absorb the cheese.
You
Duh.
absorb it like a frog's skin.
Do I get the enzymes and proteins, or do I just like inherit cheese powers?
A little bit of both, I'm thinking.
What the fuck?
A little bit, but dude, you're meditating and you're like sitting on a pentagram. Like you're sorted. You're good. You're straight.
Can this pentagram be a transmutation circle so I can at least be a cool
It is a transmutation circle.
cheese nacho hero devil shit? The fuck?
You're like throat singing and absorbing cheese nutrients at the same time. It's this next level shit. Like you're not even human anymore. Like you've like surpassed humanity. Like this cheese shrine that you visit every day to stop this snail has changed you.
But because you're sitting on a transmutation circle and like you're so dope at alchemy, like the cheese blanket that's on you, you're able to basically disintegrate yourself and the cheese blanket entirely and then rebuild yourself on top of this transmutation circle with the cheese inside you.
What the fuck am I doing with cheese inside of me? Like, is this in my stomach? Is this like another, like, does this function as another artery going through my body helping me emit cheese from my fingers?
No, you're eating without using your mouth because you're basically just...
Dude, you basically, after it's all done, you find new purpose after we've died. You've given up, like, you've completely, like, lost interest in music at this point because, like, you don't, like, partake in, desires of the flesh, including arts, okay? Because you're now, like, a monk at this point, okay? You've moved on. Charles Xavier calls you. He's like, we really need a cheese-themed hero because we're having a party and we don't want to spend money on cheese, little plates of cheese. And so you come down, Charles Xavier, you're the new X-Man, you know.
What the fuck?
That's basically, it's your fate, dude. I don't make the rules, I just enforce them, you know what I'm saying?
But think about it, that's kind of tight. You get to like go to a restaurant and instead of like eating food with your mouth, you just draw a transmutation circle on the chair, you sit down, you grab the food in your hand, and then you deconstruct yourself and reconstruct yourself with the food inside you already.
What the fuck? So I'm like forever nourished. I'm eternally nourished. I'm perpetually nourished.
You just like, you eat whatever you want, whenever you want, and people don't even like notice it. Cause you're just like, yeah.
Exactly. Like everyone, like they just turn away for a second, they look back and there's like no burger in front of you. And they're just like, wow, that was fast. And you're just like, what is nourishment? Like you're just like become like this weird.
Yeah, what is nourishment? And then you look at your phone and you see the snail trending and you go, oh no.
That's how you talk now.
What do I sound like?
No.
You're too enlightened at that point to talk like a normal person. So that 25th hour in the day that you use for recording sounds wildly different to your regular music these days.
Jeez.
Dude, you don't even rap over beats. You just grab an MP3 of a beat and you grab like a text file of your lyrics and you deconstruct them and reconstruct them into a song file.
This sounds fucking awesome.
You just touch hard drives. You touch like 2-3 terabyte hard drives of just music and you've heard it all. Like you've just heard it just by touching it. You deconstruct it and reconstruct it to where like the data is in your brain, okay? You've heard and seen all things and also know a thing or two about cheese.
You're basically a god and the only, like, it's all win-win actually if you think about it. The only thing that you're losing is you always have a cold blanket of cheese on top of you. Like, it's kind of like a cape, a cheese cape. And you only talk like, no, like that. And you can't stop thinking about the immortal snail. It sort of drives you.
Yeah.
Well,
That's it.
Well, to all the kids out there, Eat your cheese.
Yeah, get your cheese and then consume the cheese.
Get the cheese, consume the cheese, drink the milk.
If anyone ever says, yo, man, let's get this cheese, you just go, and then you deconstruct the cheese on your back and you go, I am cheese. And then it just, you blow everyone's mind.
So is it my turn to ask a question?
Yes.
Okay. Would you rather fight a chicken to the death and this is a normal sized chicken, not Family Guy style, okay? Would you rather fight a chicken to the death every time you get in your vehicle or a vehicle, or once a year fight an orangutan to the death using a broadsword?
Chicken.
You'd fight a chicken every time you get into a vehicle?
Wait, do I have to drive or is it even when I'm a passenger?
Just when you step into a vehicle, anytime you have to fight a chicken to get inside.
And it's just me. Everybody else is just watching like, yeah.
It's not their fight, Rav.
So I'm getting in your car and you're just like, there you go again.
Yeah, and I'm just like saying like, I'm gonna be late again,
Yeah, I probably have to fight chickens because I don't want to be fucking throwing hands with an orangutan, even if like I got a sword. I don't want to fuck around.
It's not just any sword, it's a broadsword.
Oh, well then that changes everything, Bill. No, I don't want to be fucking waving a sword at an orangutan.
I want to hear Dipsy on this one.
I want to be Cloud Strife, so I'm totally taking the broadsword.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Wait, so are we talking that broad of a sword? Then, okay. Can I combine the two?
What do you mean?
Can I get the sword to fight the chicken?
No.
Okay, can I get to fight an orangutan to the death every time I get inside a car then?
No.
I kind of already do that.
Okay. Please go on.
What would you do, Bill?
Wait, no, you can't just say that and not explain yourself. Go on.
Yes.
It's a metaphor,
A metaphor for what?
For my depression. So, Bill, what would you do?
I'm thinking I would go with the orangutan, the broadsword, because, okay, just imagine, like, I get in a car, like, 3 times a day, okay? Just, like, well, more than that. I'd have to fight and kill to the death. I have to basically murder a chicken 6 times a day, okay?
But no one said you can't use weapons.
I mean, I don't want to have to kill a chicken 6 times a day, Rav. I don't care if they give me a broadsword or not. I mean, I could shoot chickens in the head, but all I'm saying is, like, it could be like a holiday. Like, we could all work it up. Like, it's like, like, especially if you have time to prepare. You have the broadsword. You know what I mean? You can sit there all year training in the hyperbolic time chamber, ready for that shit. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, orangutans, kind of scary, big, strong, way stronger than me. You feel me? But
arguable.
But I got a big ass broadsword, and it's just like the holiday. It's like, oh yeah, people come over Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween. Well, they don't come over for Halloween, but you look forward to Halloween. You look forward to kill the orangutan day.
Okay, well, the way I see it is like, I'll just stick to being a passenger and just be like, hey, Bill, can you get inside the car and roll the window down in the back seat? Or like a shotgun seat? And you're like, sure, Raph. And as you start rolling the window down, I start just like stab, 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 stab. Like throwing my hat inside the car just like with a knife. Just like hoping to just get the chicken killing out of the way.
No. It spawns when you open the door.
What the fuck?
Wait, and does it despawn when I leave the car?
Well, no. As soon as you open the door, it's just gonna fly out.
What if I crack it open and then you roll the window down and then I stab.
Damn, dude, you've been playing too much Zelda.
Right.
And also, you know that if you attack one chicken, they all just start coming for you.
This was a good question, Bill.
Thanks, man. I found it on the internet.
Before we continue with these wonderful questions, I think it's time for this week's ad read.
Oh boy, I can't wait for our ad read.
I have a question for you. Do you sometimes walk around the city and go, damn, I see all these people doing different things. I wish they were all eating Cheetos.
Damn, get out of my mind.
Introducing contact lenses that make it seem as if every person you see is eating Cheetos.
Oh my God, what a catchy name and great product.
Yeah, and if you see someone who's already eating Cheetos for real, then it looks like they're eating Cheetos and drinking a smoothie.
Damn, that's so fucking sick. Could you please explain the technology and the technology behind this?
I'm not going to pretend to be a tech-savvy guy. I'm not a scientist, Bill. All I do is enjoy my $5 million sleeping underneath blankets of cheese. But what I do know about these contact lenses is that they use, that thing you were telling me about the other day.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Yeah, so that thing, and so it's great. So you get to see everyone eating Cheetos, and I mean, Bill, it's funny because I know you're excited about this. You were telling me last Christmas that you wish a product like this existed. So I guess now is a good time as ever to ask you, why did you want this product? Like, what kind of use do you see this product having?
I'm just thinking that, like, just think about it like this. You walk around, see somebody eating their avocado toast, and you think, a little pretentious, you know? Avocados aren't vegan. I learned that the other day. You know what are vegan?
What?
Cheetos. You're looking at them, you're saying avocado toast, delicious, but get these hipsters out of here. You know what I'm saying, brother? So what I'm thinking is put some Cheetos in their hands, And I was just thinking like, what a good stocking stuffer that would be. Christmas is right around the corner, and by this like 3 months or something, but it's coming. Time is inevitable. We're all gonna die one day. Might as well have some Cheetos in our lives. You know what I'm saying?
That's right, Bill. I gotta be honest. Having these contact lenses, I've been wearing them for the past month or so. It's really changed my life for the better. Every time I walk past some homeless people, I no longer give them change because I can see they're eating Cheetos and all is good. So I just walk right past without feeling any guilt in my heart.
What does our good friend Dipsy think about this wonderful product?
Good question.
Almonds, avocado, kiwi, butternut squash, and melon are not vegan, according to
Holy
BBC
shit.
comedy quiz show. It's the same reason as honey. They can't exist without bees, and bees are used in, let's call it, in a natural way. Because they are so difficult to cultivate naturally, all of these crops rely on bees, which are placed on the back of trucks and taken very long distances across the country. It's migratory beekeeping and it's an unnatural use of animals, and there are lots of food that fall foul of this. Broccoli is a good example. Cherries, cucumbers, lettuce, lots and lots of vegan things are actually not strictly vegan. What?
Right, and so that was a great endorsement. Thank you, Dipsy.
Yeah, think of all the money you'll save by not donating to those 25 cent a day feed a child things. You know what I mean? Like, because you'll look at them, they'll be eating Cheetos. It's all good. All good in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
I'm currently eating Chester's Flaming Hot Fries.
Or so you think, because you've got the contact lenses on
Yes.
and you're looking into a mirror.
Yes.
He's actually eating avocado toast.
Delicious. Fucking delicious.
So, Rav, you have any other questions you want to ask us?
Yeah, of course.
Keep it going.
I've
I'm
got a
loving
question for you guys. Bill, I'll ask you this one first so that Dipsy has some time to think.
Okay.
What are some things that you shouldn't say during a marriage proposal?
During a marriage proposal, huh? Oh man, you're hitting me right in the dick with this one. I'm trying to think. Just as you're doing it, if she says yes, just be like, wow, someone finally said yes to me this week.
Oh.
I think that'd be a pretty solid one, If she stays, she's a real keeper, you know what I'm saying?
But what would be what you should you not say before she gives you an answer? You get on one knee, and then like you do the speech. What should you not say? Like, what should you omit from that speech?
Ooh.
What should I omit from that speech? I mean, maybe you should not talk about how beautiful she is when she eats those Cheetos when she's not actually eating Cheetos. Like, maybe you should like take the there's a time and a place, and I think maybe that's not the right one, and so I'm thinking,
Look at you, you're beautiful the way you're eating those Cheetos. She's like, excuse me?
that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that's something you shouldn't say. Rav, did you have an answer, or does Dipsy want to go?
Rav?
Oh, okay. I haven't really given it too much thought. Let me see.
Let me pull out my notes.
I guess I would say something like, please do this for the green card.
Ooh.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Please do it. They're gonna deport me at any moment.
Dipsy, what would you tell the listeners not to say during a marriage proposal?
Baby, I love you, but I definitely ate your French fries.
Oh shit. She's definitely gonna leave, dude. She's definitely gone. Here's the only way to recover from that. You need to return her French fries, go buy her French fries, but to like surprise her, just like put them under her pillow, you know? And so like she'll be like, oh wow, that's so romantic when she rolls over in the morning and sees there's like a stack of French fries she's been laying on, you know?
Yeah, but that comes with the price. You know, what if you get the guy from Courage, the cowardly dog that's following you around? Return the slide.
Right.
And what do you do with the cheese sheets? Like, do you just like roll them up and put them in the wardrobe? Like, what you finna do with that?
No, you leave the cheese sheets because then she can melt them. You can melt them and eat them with the fries, you dummy. Duh. God. This is day one stuff. I can't believe you guys wouldn't think of that.
The cheese sheets?
The melted cheese sheets. I can't believe that didn't cross your mind, you know?
Bill, do you have a question?
I do have one. Ooh. Would you rather fuck a dog, but no one would ever know about it, or not fuck a dog, but everyone in the world thinks you did? Literally
sucks.
Everyone, like you, like relatives know, but they think they know. Like everyone in the town, you know, anytime you go to do anything, they're like, oh yeah, he's that guy who fucked that dog.
Let me tell you why this is so difficult. Because it's a matter of...
It's so relatable.
I'm just thinking, because if I'm thinking like really deep about it, I'm like, damn, man, do I care more about the perception of other people concerning myself, or do I care more about just expelling the truth and just having that within myself in any given circumstance? So like now I'm just like, man, would you fuck a dog? Nah, I'd never fuck a dog. But like, would fucking a dog be worth people thinking you fucking a dog for the rest of your life? What matters? Now the question is this happening in...
What kind of dog are we talking, Bill? This is what Dipsy's trying to get at. Like, are we talking a Shih Tzu, a German Shepherd? Be more specific.
What do you guys think would be like the least fuckable dog? And
the
pick
least
that
fuckable
one. That's the one.
Pomeranian.
Yeah.
You're not fucking a Pomeranian. Nah. No, you know how like Blink-182 fuck a dog in the ass? It's not a Pomeranian.
Yeah, exactly. You can't do the Pomeranian like that. The Pomeranian doesn't deserve that. None of them deserve that, but seriously not the Pomeranian.
While this is happening, don't forget, you still have the backstory of all the previous questions happening in this world, where you either fuck this dog or the rest of the world thinks that you fucked this dog.
All right, hold on. So we definitely have to backtrack and like actually take into account what the fuck is going on in life, because like if you're a cheat sheet, you're invisible, you got no bread, but you're making music, but you're like this crazy fucking monk guy. And then you're like fighting an orangutan with a broadsword once every year, but everybody thinks that you fucked the dog. Everybody's gonna think you hate animals. That's gonna be so much worse. I don't know. This is hard.
Wait, imagine it like this though, right? Like even like if you did take the money, like hypothetically, like in Rav's situation, in my situation, we take the money, we probably have a butler, okay? And he's just like when we do things, you know, because we have a whole bunch of money and stuff, and I'm just like, yes, Jeeves, I'll take some eggs this morning. He's just like, yes, of course, master. Walks away and he's just like, oh, dog fucker.
If I had the money, it would be a situation where I would probably make it like, all right, dog, this is how I'm gonna do it.
Split the money with the dog.
Be like, yo, split the money with the dog and be like, yo, homie, you gotta tell everybody we ain't do nothing. Yeah, I mean, you had to tell everybody we ain't do nothing.
Man, it'd be tough because I wouldn't want to fuck a dog, but that means everybody would think I did.
Yeah.
And that'd be fucked up, because imagine like one day it's, Rav is the dog fucker, and then the next day they see me in the news and I died because a snail touched me, right? Like my legacy at that point beyond recovering, you know?
Yeah.
So...
But then you have to live with yourself that you fucked the dog. You'd have to live with that.
I wouldn't fuck the dog though, you know. I just continue stabbing chickens, not fucking a dog, and then the rest of the world is just like, hey, there go that dog fucker Rav.
I mean, at that point, if you have that much money, you could probably escape it somehow. Like, you could probably just like lay low and just like enjoy. You could just catfish the rest of the world.
I would invest my money in those like Men in Black like flash mechanism that basically just erases your memory. Right.
Now imagine focusing all this while running from a snail.
The snail doesn't care either way. The snail is coming for you either way. That's just a metaphor for how we're all gonna die. You either kill yourself or you get killed. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Just kill chickens.
Exactly.
Wait, what would you do in this situation, goddammit?
Oh man, I can't fuck the. Here's the thing. I don't think I could logistically actually fuck the dog. Like, I think it would be very like, how do you like maintain?
Just let's say this dog is up for it, right? And like you just
So
like.
how can you determine when a dog is just up for getting fucked?
This dog is real like into it. Like, you just know.
It's raring for it.
I don't know, man. I really don't. I don't think I could actually do it. Like, even if the dog was up for it, I think it would be pretty difficult physically to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's say like you have this erection. You have this erection that's just uncontrollable.
Right.
That's deep.
There's nothing you could do. You're like, damn, nothing will satisfy this dick. I either have to fuck this dog or...
I just really like how hard you're trying to get me to say I will fuck the dog. Like...
No, what I'm saying is I want you to commit to whatever answer you go
I
with.
am not going to fuck the dog. I will get everyone and I will take my money and I will have a butler who silently hates me, and I'll just like live my life in the shadows and become like a Bruce Wayne type. Okay? I'll become a
Okay, that sounds
superhero.
good.
My arch nemesis is the snail. The snail becomes a supervillain. I have to keep fighting it, but I can't touch it. Okay, it just becomes this like whole lifestyle that I just have to choose because I didn't want to have sex with the dog. Okay, that is a choice that I'm making. They will not call me. I mean, they'll say that I was a dog fucker, but I am not.
My problem with your answer initially was that you sounded like you didn't want to fuck the dog, but for the wrong reasons. You're like, yeah, logistically.
Well,
it
I was just
wouldn't
saying,
work.
like, on top of the fact that I don't want to do it, and I also don't want to harm a dog. On top of that, I love animals. There's that, but also I'm just saying, just stacking that on top, that your boy would also, it would be very difficult.
You love animals, but you're killing orangutans like once a year.
Dude, the orangutan's coming for me.
Facts.
So are those fucking chickens, so, you know.
So I actually think that we need to go into our next ad read now. I'm thinking now's a good time to just slide. See that smooth transition? Never even saw it coming, you know what I'm saying?
Take it away,
Okay,
Bill.
so listen here. You ever have this problem? I know Rab does, okay?
I sure do.
You're going to work, you wake up early, it's real early, you're fucking tired, and you're just sitting there like, oh man, I don't fucking want to deal with this bullshit, you know? You get ready, you brush your teeth, shave, you know, you get ready for work, you get dressed, you put your little suit and tie on, you know, because you got that nice little, well, not the suit, but you got a tie on, you know what I'm saying? You got that nice position at the job, but you don't want to wake up early and do all this, deal with this bullshit. You wake up, you go to get in your car, a chicken flies out, and then you gotta fucking fight it, you know what I'm saying? You gotta fight it to the death, you have to murder the chicken. Well,
Yep, every day.
what if I were to tell you, for 3 easy payments, easiest payments we've ever had, it's practically free except for it costs money. You can go to your car. As soon as you open it up, that chicken comes flying out. Right next to the side, emergency chicken gun. It will not only kill the chicken fast, quickly, but humanely. Right through the temple, you know, and it's got super, I don't know if you ever played Turok 2, but they have that one gun that shoots the bullets that go and bury into their cerebral cortex and just like, it knows where to go. It's like that, except for it's a little bit less gross. I mean, it's still pretty gross. Like, there's still brain matter in a dead chicken and shit, but it's a little less gross than that because it was a little like, no, you know. Anyway, you can have this stored in your car, ready to go. You can even put it on your hip if you want to, but you know, you gotta be careful because, you know, this is the guns, you know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
exactly. Rav, what do you think about all this? Do you think it would enhance your day?
Okay, so I absolutely think, I know it would enhance my day. My question is, what kind of damage would it deal on the rest of my stuff?
I mean, in the great words of...
I don't want bullet holes in my car.
It's not. It goes straight to the brain. Straight to the brain. You're just gonna get a little bit of cerebral cortex juice everywhere, but it's fine because you're gonna get that anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a chicken. You got to deal with it. You got to clean up your chicken mess, just like the rest of us. But it kills it fast. It kills it humanely. It dies in at least 2 to 3 minutes. You know?
What's your question? So you said earlier that the chicken spawns, right?
Yes.
So does it also despawn when Rab kills it?
Yeah, it kind of fades away, but it has to sit around for a little bit. Or if you like leave the area and come back, it's gone. You know what I mean? But if you stay there long enough, it'll just kind of like GTA 5, like they'll just kind of disappear. You know.
Now, what if he closes the door and opens it? Like, let's say hypothetically, he like goes to the car and he like closes the door.
I feel like there's got to be a cooldown, right? You can't just keep spawning chickens over and over. I think you have to have a cheat code for that.
Facts.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I think there's a cooldown.
I like this idea because it would make my life easier. I mean, I would still be hearing, people screaming, "Hey, that dog fucker killed another chicken." But at least I know that I'd be unharmed physically, and inside my mind, I'd know that I haven't fucked the dog. And so as long as there's peace in my mind, nothing else should matter, right?
Sure.
Yeah. That's actually a song. Fuck a dog in the ass is a legit song.
I really have to look into this. I don't know this song.
I wanna fuck a dog in the ass. That's literally how it goes.
That's fire. Tell the people more about you, man. You're Airøspace. Where are you from originally?
Washington, D.C. Well, I was born on the border of D.C. in Maryland in Tacoma Park, and I grew up in D.C.
That's tight. And how long you been making music?
Forever. But
like 15,000 years?
Because I also drum, so I'm trying to incorporate like music all together. So
how'd you get your start? To me, you're one of my favorite. Fuck that, you're one of the best rappers ever. And so to me, I'm curious to hear, how did you get into hip hop specifically? Could you give us a bit of a background on that?
Yeah. Okay, so like my background is slightly or predominantly up until like probably like 14 church, because my stepmom like was deep in the church and shit. So like I would go to church and we would kick freestyle ciphers after church outside. Like there'll be a couple of us and we'll just spit like that, and that happened for like a couple years.
Were they Jesus bars?
Yeah. They're kind of like Holy Ghost saved my life. Got no
That's hard.
Sprite. Yeah, some shit like that.
I'm with it.
100% lying. Like we were totally going toe to toe off some fucked up like 8 Mile shit after church. It's like in church we're in there being like, "Oh, how are you doing? Oh, thank you. The deacon is coming." And then outside we're like, "Yeah, fuck your moms. You look like..." Yeah, it was definitely like that.
You pointed at this dude who was like Clarence, and he's got some nice parents, and he pointed at his parents who were like standing in the corner.
Facts.
Right, he's like, "I'm not Clarence, I'm Steve."
Steve's just trying to get these bars out. But yeah, continue. I want to know more.
We were freestyle after church, and I remember I had a little yellow Walkman. I had a little tape joint with the headphones, the wiry joints.
Oh yeah, the classic big yellow Walkman, the like most like the least graceful thing that the 90s gave us.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would just listen to whatever tapes that I found on it. Like anything that I would find, I would listen to the tapes. And then graduated into CDs, where I started finding like burned CDs.
CD's nuts.
Oh, what the fuck? Nice.
This is all an elaborate setup.
But like we were freestyle at the church and shit, and then jump forward into me finding CDs. I was living with my stepmom, and we were living with her friend, and her son had these burned CDs like Jay-Z, like AZ, Eminem, like shit like that. And I specifically remember having my green Game Boy with blue version in it that had fucking got broken because I fucked with the Missing No on Cinnabar Island. This is a very distinct memory because I saw the Eminem My Name Is video for the first time. I think I was like 8 or like 9. And that shit like just kind of like seeing it, the visual connection to what I had heard via CD, via like tape was like, it was so crazy. So I think that was like my first actual introduction to hip hop.
That's a good introduction, I feel like. It's a pretty solid. I know that feeling that you just said because I also had a blue version that I didn't fuck it up by getting Masigno. I got Masigno, but I didn't save because someone told me like you'll break your game, and it will break your game. It will like straight up fry it.
Yep.
But I had that same thing going on.
Yeah, and plus my time skip is I like skipped around, kind of fucked up. So like me being in church freestyling happened after me finding the My Name Is video.
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel that. When did you start like actually like recording like music?
After I got kicked out of high school.
So when was that? Like
it was like 2006, 2007.
Okay, so you're about the same time as us. Well, Rav was a little bit earlier than me, but I started actually recording in 07 and then like really poorly recording myself up until like 2010.
How did you get into the whole world of releasing music online, like modern day underground or whatever you want to call it, or indie rap? Because I know now it seems like a quite prominent thing, but back in 2006, 2007, it was very, I would say, unique in a way that, yeah, you had your MySpace rappers here and there, but the bar was hella low.
Yeah.
And it was like nobody was expected to make music of a high quality that could match whatever was being recorded through label.
Right.
Yeah.
And now we're in a situation where half of the biggest rappers blow up off of songs they recorded in their bedroom, right? So take us through how you got into it. Was like, did you have a specific setup or something? Like, how did you get into it? The whole digital recording and release.
I'm trying to think if it was the Rock Band mic first or the digital camera.
Oh my God, you used a digital camera? I did too.
Yeah.
That was my first mic, was a digital blue camera, and it was awful.
That's nuts. I had like one of the shitty was like the little Sony cameras that had the little digital thing on it, and the only function it had on it was the automatic. Like you couldn't actually like manually zoom in on anything.
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, this one was like a little handheld that it could literally hold like maybe 45 seconds of video on it, and it was like it's like a kid's thing, and I just like happened to see that it had a microphone on it, and I just started dicking around on it, and then like I think eventually I only recorded like 1 or 2 songs on it, and then I got a little microphone that came with my computer, a little Realtek joint, and then later on got my actual microphone, actually put some money into one.
I got lucky with my mic when I got it. Like I went through like phases. Like I went through digital. It went from digital camera to Rock Band mic to USB mic to meeting some cool dudes on the internet and them being like, hey, we fuck with you. And then they sent me a mic. It was Simon Said and Terry Hestapode. And that's how I actually ended up starting to record like my actual first shit. Because even before that, like when I recorded a self-produced project in 2007. And then later on in 2010, I had recorded a mixtape called Distance and Separation. Right before that, I recorded one called Untitled. And that one I think came right after the Logic incident.
Right.
For those that don't know, could you expand?
It's just pretty simple. Like Logic just isn't what people think he is. And like I know everybody has to keep up some type of public persona, you know what I'm saying? Like that's your money maker as your image. But it's someone that has had a personal experience dealing with them. Like he's on some fake shit. Like, and I'm not afraid to call that shit out. Like, fuck what people think about it. Like, to oversimplify it without getting too deep into it, essentially, like, I knew him through some friends, and we got pretty tight over a time period. Like, we stayed at the same house, like, simultaneously, and sometimes, like, together. It was like the homie Ben Lembo. And we crossed paths a couple times. Like, we definitely had spent time together because we were there for a while. And I was showing music, I was showing bars, and he'd be on some, man, nah, that shit too different, whatever. And then we ended up recording something, and he lost the recording not too long after we started recording it. And then nothing ever became of that. And then I ended up seeing him later, and he kind of like started throwing some jabs with the bars from the recording that we had made back then. So it's like, my thought process has always been, okay, you on some bitch type shit. Like, if that's how you want to be, then like, you can take your fame and your platinums and whatever, and you can take your, I think I can be like a spokesperson for, you know, kids with depression when I'm on some fake shit myself. Like, you exploiting a lot of people with the way that he approaches even like the most delicate of situations, even like race. So like, as somebody that has known him back then, and to know that he wasn't this like, you know, happy-go-lucky, I'm trying to care for everybody type of person, and to see this is what he is now to everybody is just like, dog, stop it. Stop it.
I mean, I feel you on that. I've been pro seeing a Logic and Airøspace public beef for a long time. I don't think it'll actually happen, because I don't think that he's the type of dude that would actually respond back to something like that, but I've always wanted to see it so bad.
Logic don't want smoke.
Before I even knew who you were, I remember you seeing that. And I don't know, like, I don't even really like dislike Logic's music that much. I don't really care for it. It's not really like my cup of tea. It's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? But like, I just want to see it happen so bad. Like, I don't know. It's just something in me. Before, like I said, before I even really knew who you were, and I remember seeing that, like, you tweeting about that, and I'm being like, yeah, I definitely want to see that happen.
Yo, you know what? Fuck Logic indeed. And I'd like to bring this conversation back to Airøspace. And I wanted to talk with you about your upcoming endeavors. What you got cooking up in terms of music?
I have a new album. Well, album, EP, that I'm working on with this homie named James. James is God producer. He's dope as fuck. I don't know how he thinks of some of the shit that he came up with this, but the new project's named Oscillation.
Bitches said it, I'm the man. I'ma pop a couple in. Got some liquor in my cup. Couple titties in my hand. Niggas said it, I'm the man. Should've made it by now. Should be happy by now. Should've died by now. I've been trying to catch up. Getting older, feeling stuck. Chase a dream or chase a truck. Do I pull or do I tuck? Do I leave or do I fuck? Do I lie or do I trust? If I lie, who can I trust? If I lie, who can I trust?
I'm very, very excited for it to come out. I've been like anticipating it for a minute. You feel me? So I'm very excited for it to like be out and in the world.
I encourage everyone to go listen to it as soon as it's out. So my last question would be for you, Dipsy, is it's that time of the year again when you have to fight the orangutan, right? And your broadsword, it just shatters as if like, you know, it's like as if it's glass.
The whole sword?
The whole thing, its structural integrity is compromised.
I'm using the hilt as a weapon.
The hilt's shattered as well.
Oh shit.
You are broadswordless.
Oh.
Yeah, it shatters and despawns, along with the chickens that I've killed.
Oh, then I'm finding another weapon. Like, it's on. Like,
No, but the orangutan is running right at you. It's like...
Oh, so then we
That's
just gonna
good.
have to bare-fist it then. Fuck it. We just gonna have to go toe-to-toe. Like,
Gonna have
like,
to
I'm just
run
gonna-
that.
Let's reenact this. I'll be the orangutan and you'll be you fighting the orangutan.
I'm the
okay?
referee.
All right. Ooh. 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 Bah, bah, ooh. Bah, ooh.
I want a good clean fight.
Bah, 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 bah. Yeah, that's 3 hits. That's a 3-piece chicken and biscuit right there, knocked out. Yeah, no, orangutans ain't fucking with me. Oh damn, was I like really beating the shit out this orangutan? This is a problem. Like, I wasn't trying to go that far, but damn.
I can't tell if he is like squirting blood from his face or if he's shitting himself or both. All I gotta say is, this is, okay, while this was happening, I had this like moment where I was like, I heard you guys going. I had this moment, I was just like, oh, what did I do to get here? Like, this is the best podcast material you could ever have ever in your life.
Well, thank you all for joining us today. Thank you for coming on the podcast, Dipsy.
Mm-hmm.
Bill, say something to wrap this whole thing up.
Theodore was the sexiest chipmunk.
True life, I feel better high. Turn up on Ronus when I fuck with a time. If I had a crisp dollar for every thought I didn't find, I'd be living next to Jade and when the page is when you fly. Still aging in a basement with the grayness in the sky. Blackened lovers lay adjacent with the aching in their eyes. Wool blankets to the toppers, condensation in her glasses. I see oceans in her mountains flow like rivers from her tear ducts. Wasn't really looking, wasn't really thinking, wasn't really cleaning, wasn't really sinking. Orange skin factor is flushing over the skyline. We spread thin flash to the blue-green on the canvas. I can ask you 10 times but never turn with an answer. So now I'm still blaming myself and the fed back and still dreaming about the White House and times that you smiled at me. Darkening my soul when the cross stood for Calvary. Toying with these BB guns like I'm 22 millimeters from pushing through the rest of my head. Now I got 22 pellets falling out of my head. 22 pellets falling out of my head. 22 pellets falling out of my head. 22 pellets falling